Exciting news coming out of the VA around buyer agency compensation to make sure veterans are not going to be at a disadvantage in the post-NAR settlement world. I'll tell you what that news is next. If you like what you hear, you get some value out of this, make sure to click subscribe on the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and if you want to schedule a call with our team about your real estate needs, you can do that with a link in the comments. The VA and veterans have been one of the biggest talking points after the NAR settlement that's happened because VA rules currently state that veteran buyers, so VA buyers, may not under any circumstance be charged a fee. That's a quick summary of what the rule says, and that fee is related to a buyer broker. So if you're in a situation and you're a VA buyer, which well-earned benefits serving our country, no question there, and the seller's not offering out compensation, you're at a major disadvantage. You're not even allowed to pay the fee under the current rules. So a couple weeks ago, at the Mortgage Bankers Association conference, the VA announced they will be issuing a circular sometime in June about how they were going to allow this to now occur in the new climate that we're in. So there's nothing specific about this. We don't know what it means. The circular is to be released, and this comes after the NAR submitted a petition to the VA and asked them to reconsider their rules and regulations. So if you're not able to pay an agent and the seller's not offering out compensation, this is not allowed by the loan terms. It's not a financial question. Those folks are immediately at a disadvantage of buying a home. So it's the right move for sure to amend some of these rules. But I see this as meaning something a little bigger, and I'll explain in a second. We'll see what the circular says. No one really knows the specifics. What I imagine happens here is you're going to see other governing bodies for financing. Think FHA, the Federal Housing Administration. Think the laws around conventional financing where they may start to change so that this is something that's often negotiated. So there's a lot of concessions in sales, and one of them will be buyer broker fees. So the MLSs now, the two largest in the country, are saying, hey, we're taking matters into our own hands here so that we can have these fields available to communicate what's going on in the effort of transparency so that buyers know exactly what they're getting into when they go look at a home. And that's after the compensation offers coming off the MLS. So kind of sounds like the same thing to me. And what we're seeing happen here is now there's the organizations involved that are affected by this NAR settlement. They're now making decisions about what they're going to do. The VA is the first shoe to drop here. I'll be keeping a close eye on this circular. I'd imagine we're going to see larger seller assists allowed with conventional and FHA financing because we know a lot of buyers that buy FHA have a lot of cash on hand as it is, so they may not be able to afford to pay a real estate agent out of pocket. So this is going to be the first of many changes here, and we're going to see things get done a little differently. Now, what I know is this, and this is for people that are thinking about buying and selling, this is going to be what's most important. Is your agent able to help you navigate all these changes? Are they talking to you about what you're going to be responsible for come August 17th? Are they talking to you about how things are changing and what these costs look like? Do they even review closing costs with you before you get to the point where you're writing an offer? And are they showing you all the details of the process? Because that's what a good agent does on the purchase side and on the listing side. We know this. And if you don't have someone reviewing all this, sharing the information, having an open, transparent conversation, well, that may tell you it's time to interview other agents to make sure they're doing the right things for you and your interest. This is the first of many changes we're going to see happening. Stay tuned and make sure you're aligned with the right professional to help you with your real estate decisions.